squat, sit, stand, turn over, turn around, come on squat, turn around.
The Alfie Whattam podcast.
Hi, it's Alfie. We're here at the Tech Show London, speaking at various events as well as interacting and interviewing various leaders from Amazon, from Stack, from IBM and a lot more. In this episode we will discuss and explore insights into AI, into machine learning, into the cloud and beyond. This is the Tech Show London and my name's Alfie Whattam. AWS obviously is still the king, but with the recent integration with Microsoft acquiring OpenAI's ChatGPT and doing a big investment, they're going to implement that tech into Azure and really put their platform on steroids, potentially eating away at Andy Jassy's lunch and taking market share from Amazon and AWS. Are you skeptical of perhaps Azure at the moment's recent kind of climb? Do you think AWS will still remain the king, or what's your take on that?
Lots of novelty use cases, but having it integrated into a cloud environment, yeah, that's the big one. And whoever gets there first makes it affordable and useful. I mean, what are the use cases in fintech and telecoms and the other verticals to make it useful, right? Whoever makes it useful, easy to use, will win that game.
There used to be a bit of a joke that developers would often go to Stack to be their co-pilot, to help them do the development. Now that's almost becoming AI and like GPT and that sort of thing. Well, what are your views on all that cutting edge tech? What do you think that's going to happen from that point of view?
Love it, absolutely love it. I don't know how much I can say, but obviously we're Stack Overflow. If you want to find it's the only place in the world you'll getting world-class answers to very complex technical problems that don't come up just every day, but are you're in need of very brilliant people around you to help solve for. Then logically, we're a place whereby a lot of those tools that you've mentioned are going to try and look at for some of the answers to coding problems. I think that a lot of companies right now are great. They're looking at what use cases can these technologies provide us. I think it's really, really clear that companies do understand what they're trying to achieve. I don't see many companies right now just going straight away, right, we're going to go and let somebody else build our code, put it into production, and then it gets committed and then gets thrown out. Because there's obviously, be it from financial services to whoever. But I'd say watch this space.
What's important to you about the open source mindset and the ecosystem?
Yeah, I think if you look at us, right, as human beings, I think what do we do? We want to collaborate, like we want to know what's happening. And I think the best way, I think personally, even when you look, if somebody is having a problem, and what is the best way? You would actually reach out to your friends and family members. Somebody would be able to help you. Yep. That's the whole ethos of open source, right? It's all about bringing people together to solve a particular problem that they're passionate about. And I think that's the essence of open source. Effectively, this is something which is ingrained as human beings, right? We like to interact, we like to solve challenges that is coming through, and what better way as a community to come together, put all your minds together to solve that problem. And that's the essence of open source. When it comes down, we can take this forward to technology, we can take it to software, to hardware, to data, but the underlying theme there is about solving problems, and how best to solve the problems, then coming together and, bringing all the minds and hearts together.
This podcast is brought to you by WeLoveAlpha.com. If you're looking to grow and hire and scale your software engineering team in the UK, then go to WeLoveAlpha.com to hire the best software developers on the market. Everything across Java to C# to PHP to Python to React and Angular and mobile and more. Go to WeLoveAlpha.com to hire the best software engineers in the UK now. Old end of banking with huge retail outlets and that sort of thing is a little bit fading away, and digital banking, I can see the sign behind you, and challenger banking is the future. You've seen it with Monzo and Revolut and Starling and Chase and many more. Why do you think that is the future of fintech and banking?
As the world has progressed, especially after COVID, we've moved more towards a mobile-based approach. And with that has obviously come change in the way we do things. The high street is obviously this very expensive setup. You have to have the branch, the people. And while that interaction is still needed for some, it's not needed for everybody. And the majority of people can move away from that.
Advice would you give to people that are struggling with DevOps, maybe stuck in the past perhaps, and they need to make that transition? What kind of tips would you give them?
Yeah, great question. First of all, kind of assess where you are. Take stock of all the manual processes you've got. Try and look at all the technical debt you have around your CI/CD pipelines. Once you see and recognize maybe there's a lot of overheads there, you can then start breaking that down and working out the piece that you need to improve that. Introducing a specific team, whether that's platform engineering team or a DevOps team, to really take control and bring skills to the business to help with that.
Why do you believe in the cloud? Why do you think it's the future?
Yeah, so the reason being is because of, if you look at the organization, right, if you have your own setup, right, you have to pay for the cost of the hardware, the network cost, the maintenance. You have to have resources to look at the systems. Not only that, you have to also ensure that security and privacy of the data is also controlled. So that is too much of a overhead today, right, for businesses. That's what cloud-based software removes. So you don't have to worry about all this kind of maintenance cost. You just have the application signed up and start using it. So that's why we think that cloud is the future.
Thanks for watching this podcast. Make sure that you like, subscribe, follow, comment, etc., etc. And I'll see you in the next episode.
The Alfie Whattam Podcast.